We still are looking at smoky skies on a lot of our cams here across Northwest Ohio. Jet Express cam, we even have some folks that are out enjoying the waters and the smoky conditions. Definitely a hazy look here as we're out on Put-in Bay. Hopefully this look does start to see some improvements as we go through the day. If not, we will see some conditions that start to improve tomorrow. Now, as far as that air quality alert, you're going to find that for all of Southeast Michigan, Northwest Ohio, and a lot of us have been under these alerts for the last couple of days. So just another update from the National Weather Service that maybe if you're just not quite feeling it as far as, well, healthy conditions, it's because, well, the smoke, the air quality index is not all that great. We're in that unhealthy category and kind of at the top of it even. Even some portions of Southeast Michigan has bumped up into this fuchsia color, just seeing that number to be just over 200. And that just is very poor conditions as far as air quality. You're going to want to limit your time outdoors and even stay indoors if you can. Don't open up the windows or the doors. Just run the air conditioner, kind of purify that air, because the smoke works exactly like pollen does in our noses. So that's why you may be noticing some of those allergy symptoms. They align very much with the symptoms that you have with the smoke. Now, as far as the air quality here in the Great Lakes region, we're still seeing a lot of that smoke and kind of poor air quality. It has shifted eastward since that low pressure system has moved east with it. So you are going to find that we are kind of in those unhealthy, very unhealthy categories for us, as the air quality index just not great here in Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan. Now, looking at the smoke, we have the smoky and hazy conditions once again and for today. That is going to slowly push its way out as we do have a change of our winds coming our way. So by Friday, we should start to see some relief, a little bit of that smoke rolling out, maybe a little bit of a haze trying to stay in the air, but we at least start to see a change in that wind direction, which is going to allow us to kind of move some of that smoke out. Now, the other thing is that we have some heat coming and we also have some storms coming. So that's going to help purify the air. Also, then keep an eye on the WTOL 11 weather app, because that radar function going to be helpful here for the holiday weekend if you're going to try to get some fireworks in. Also, keeping an eye to those temperatures, whether it's hourly with your plans or what we have coming the next couple of days. So make sure you have that app downloaded as we go into the holiday weekend. Now, we have seen this thunderstorm complex that started off towards our north and west coming through Michigan, Indiana, but it faded as it moved in. So we still picked up a little bit of rain for our western counties and still seeing at least a few of those showers lingering just south of the turnpike. But you can see it's just kind of drying up as it's moving through. So the chance of rainfall becoming very small later on today. You're actually going to find our severe weather located off towards the south and west. This complex we will be keeping an eye to, though it is producing thunderstorm and tornado warnings there into Iowa and also Missouri. That will move close to us, but it is anticipating to fade out. And also it's not going to be here during the peak heat of the day. So that's why we're going to be finding that we don't have a lot of stronger storms in our forecast. But from the Storm Prediction Center for today, you can see they're right in line with where we did anticipate the severe weather. Though we are on that lower level, we still could pick up some of those thunderstorms later this evening. Again, though, they're going to kind of run out of energy as they get close and kind of move through Illinois, Indiana. So by the time they get here, we also won't have the heat to go with it. So that's going to be another factor in why some of our storms really won't take off for us. Now, as far as the thunderstorm chances, the hour by hour forecast, you're going to find that though that complex is riding with that energy, a lot of it is geared towards our west. We just don't have the energy for thunderstorms going into the afternoon. As we go into Friday, though, some of that energy gets a little bit closer, but you're going to find that we do see that a lot of those storms just kind of go off towards our north. And then we do have this line, kind of this bow that's going to be geared off towards our south as we go throughout Friday afternoon. So we will still pick up some thunderstorms from that, but that will push on out, kind of clear things up as we go into your Friday evening. Now, none of the days here are going to be washouts, but we will just find that we do have those rounds of showers and thunderstorms. And also then some heat to support them. We're talking lower 90s for Friday. The smoke kind of been playing with those highs, though we do have the warmer air. Then we do see that that rain keeps us a little cooler for Saturday and Sunday, but then right as it dries out, here go those highs into the lower 90s for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And even for next week, when a lot of us are back to work, you're going to find we still are in the mid to upper 80s, holding on to that summer sensation. It is June, or well, it will be July by then. It's June right now, but it will be July by then. And we would expect to see some of that peak heat for the season. And with the beginning of July right around the corner, that 4th of July weekend forecast, I know a lot of folks are probably going to be taking Monday off, so I'm going to give you all the way through the 4th. You'll find the weekend, though, that we do have those scattered thunderstorms and then some showers and storms that we'll be watching on Sunday, keeping those highs into the 80s. But here we go with the dry weather, more sun coming back into our forecast, so that's why those highs are going to be into the lower 90s. But again, have the app if you're going camping Saturday, Sunday, even into Monday. Make sure you have the WTOL 11 weather app to make sure you're staying in touch with the weather forecast, because we have those storms Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Again, none of these days washouts as far as those percentages. And then we have the dry weather to get us into that brand new week. Still the pattern a little more busy, so we do have a rain chance for Thursday. And then also on that following Saturday, as highs are still holding into the 80s and 90s. Of course, again, don't forget that WTOL 11 weather app is going to be something you want to pack on your holiday weekend travels, because it is going to keep you updated on the forecast for the weekend.